What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode here on my channel. And thank you so much for all of the amazing DMs since the last video I did of buying a job in the recession. I wanted to do a follow-up video on what's going on right now. So a lot of people that have been reaching out have talked about unemployment, going on unemployment, what that means, and what's going to happen in the economy. There's a lot of unknowns going on, and I just wanted to address a few of the questions that I've gotten and just kind of not necessarily paint a picture, but I think it's important to just acknowledge what's happening. So right now, as of filming this, we are at a 15% unemployment rate, and it is May 2020, and the pandemic has very much swept the world. Things are slowly starting to get turned back on in the economy. Everything came to a grinding halt in March, April 2020, and now we're slowly starting to turn things back on, get restaurants, businesses at 50% capacity, 25% capacity around the nation, in the US and things like that. So it's slowly starting to come back on, but the ripple effect is going to start triggering based on a couple different factors. And that's what I wanted to go over today in this video with you guys. So unemployment hitting 15% is mind-blowing. This is something unprecedented. It's something that happened so quickly because of locking down everyone, shutting down the economy essentially was necessary, but at the same time, businesses don't just turn off and then turn back on. It's not a V-shaped recovery with businesses. If you've ever operated one, especially like a brick and mortar small business, it doesn't just go right back on. You don't just shut down everything, rehire people, and bring it back to where it was. That's just not how it works. So with unemployment hitting 15%, there are jobs being liquidated throughout the entire market. And without jobs, that is one of the most important driving factors to the economy, if not the most important. Jobs, 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 jobs. Everybody needs jobs. They need income. That is the fundamental component to driving an economy forward, with people spending, stimulating the economy with the income that they're making. And that is the number one wealth builder, is your income. How you make your income through multiple different streams. What I talk about here on the channel all the time is setting up different income streams and investing. And I think that with the current situation, with 15% unemployment, over 35 million people that have just reported unemployed, I think that it's very important to acknowledge that some of these jobs aren't going to exist anymore after we come out on the other side of this thing. So there's a couple factors to that. Everything being social distance now, restaurants, retail getting smashed from this, operating at 25% capacity. A lot of people don't realize that in a business that's a brick and mortar business, if you open, the overhead doesn't go down. The overhead stays constant. But that is not going through these people's minds when they're saying you're supposed to open with 25%, 50% capacity, revenue less than what they're normally paying, overhead the same. You're in the negative right there. You're not going to be able to survive as a business there if you're making 25, 50% of the revenue and your costs are still the same as they were prior. Also, not including laying off staff, things like that, bouncing back like that with a small percentage of your staff remaining. It takes time to get back to where things were. So what's happening now is you have the issue with debt loads. You have very, 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 very much business debt involved in the market. And one of the things that I've actually covered on this channel in the past is just the sheer quantity of business debt globally. It's a terrifying thing that these businesses are going to default. They're not going to be able to meet their requirements on the loan, and you have people asking for forbearance. And I think that there's a lot of things that need to be addressed in terms of what you can do as we come into this. We're just starting. it appears that things are different. The stock market's saying something different, but it's very important to realize that that's propped up. And what's really going on is there are a lot of pieces in the background operating between mortgages, between business debt, all of these things that are compounding in the background. And without these jobs that have just been vacuumed out of the economy, that is a ripple effect that's going to happen. So if you currently are unemployed, there's a few things you can do. And I want to try and present solutions. I don't want to be doom and gloom, like I said before. So with this 15% number, the Fed saying that it's going to hit something even higher than that, even 25%, Great Depression style unemployment. With that number, what needs to happen is people need to adapt. They need to adapt to the ability to work online. They need to adapt to the ability to create content. They need to adapt to the ability to just communicate online and operate a business online. And that is by far and away the best way that you, if you're sitting watching this and you are unemployed, you need to take control of the situation. You need to download Mint. You need to download the other app that is really, really highly recommended is Truebill. So Truebill and Mint, download those right now. I'll leave the link to those in the description, not a referral link or anything. Download those, manage your budget, get smaller, tighten up on the expenses, the money that's outgoing. Make sure that you know exactly what's going out. If you've just been cut from your job, whether you're furloughed, that is going to potentially end up as a layoff totally, or you've just been completely laid off and you're on unemployment, tighten the budget, tighten what you're spending, make sure that you know everything that's being managed. That's step one. Now, ignoring the news and politics are the next step. In my opinion, a lot of people would agree with that. A lot of people would disagree with that. Naval Ravikant, the founder of Angels List, he says this very, very well. He said, if you're focused on, if you want a clear mind, do not focus on politics. And that is a great way of saying you need to focus on yourself, focus on what you can do today, focus on your city, your state, where you are locally, focus on how you can get and maintain your family and make sure that you are safe. So budgeting, ignore all of the fear-mongering and the craziness that's going on in the media and with everything, with the political spectrum for now. Take care of yourself, lock things down, and then you could, if you're obsessed with the news and you're obsessed with politics and things like that, that's fine. Do it after you've gained control of your own situation. So do a spreadsheet, put your expenses in one column, put your income streams in the other column. If you had one income stream, this is a gut check to you saying you need to diversify that out. Investing in real estate, buying websites on Flippa, like I talk about on this channel a lot. I'm going to be talking a lot more about buying real estate because we're actively doing it right now. And I think that it is very important to make sure that you have multiple income streams laid out in a spreadsheet. Not just have them laid out. Important, very, very important. Write them down, lay them out in a spreadsheet. Whatever you need to do, write them in a column. And then have your expenses, have your Mint and your Truebill app downloaded, and just take control of the situation. Take control of what you have right now. And there is a lot of strategies out there around protecting your capital, protecting your investments, protecting yourself. But first and foremost, it is just knowing where your wealth, where your money, where everything is. You need to just get track of that first. And this is the best way that you can start feeling better about the situation. You can start feeling a little bit more positive about the future, and you can start developing some skills and running a business online. So those are my initial groundwork steps that I've talked about in the past on the channel. Many people on YouTube talk about it. If you just Google it, you'll see that a lot of people talk about that. But with unemployment at 15%, jobs, that's what needs to be the sole focus of the next 5 years. people need to just focus on getting skills, going online, figuring out how people are making money online. Obviously, there are courses out there. I have one that I've linked many times before. I'm not going to link in this video, but there are plenty of resources out there. And there are a lot of people suffering from debt right now, and it's a scary time, but I am here to say, if you can gain control of your budget, if you can gain control of where your income streams are coming from, setting them up, laying them out in a spreadsheet, and just overall control the situation for yourself, you're going to be okay. I'm the person on YouTube that's going to tell you you're going to be okay. We're a resilient bunch, and this species, I mean humans, and we're going to be fine. It's just a matter of making sure that you are the person making the decisions. You're not claiming victim. You are being proactive, and you're going after it. And that's what I wanted to cover. I just wanted to cover the situation at hand because it's just so mind-boggling. It's just absolutely mind-bending, and it's hit me very much. Many people I know, it's hit everybody. If you're watching this, it's hit you. The pandemic swept the world, and everyone's hit in one way or another, whether it's your business, whether it's your employer, doesn't matter. It's affected everybody, and everybody's in this together, which is looking at it the glass half full. We can help each other out. Definitely leave a comment below what you guys want to see on the next video talking about this whole topic around how you can gain control, because I want to do a lot more content around personal finance. I think I have some experience with this, and over $1 million in real estate, and quite a few different income streams that are considered alternative that I've talked about many times on the channel in the past, and I'd love to share more information about that with you guys. But this is a very, very unprecedented time, and I'm sorry that a lot of people have been suffering, and so many people have DM'd me and asked me about what to do. And reality is this is what to do in this video. So gain control, take care of yourself, stay positive, control your capital, make sure that you are completely diversified out, and don't listen to a lot of the scary things that are going on right now in the media, because everybody's trying to survive. And ultimately, it doesn't matter what your perspective is. If the media is fear-mongering, they're making money, and the incentives are off there. So it's important to know that. Know that the more fear, the more clickbait, the more eyeballs they can get turned to them, the safer they feel, because they're generating more revenue. And it's very important for you to acknowledge that and make sure that you are okay first before you put yourself into that situation. So that's it for this episode. If you guys like it, slap a like. All the links to what I talked about in the description below. Definitely check that out. Let me know what your thoughts are. Shoot me a DM. They're always open. Anybody that wants to talk, anybody that's unemployed right now, I'll shoot you some resources if you're interested on how to start gig work and things like that. I've done a couple of videos on that in the past, but that is it for this episode. Stay safe, everybody, and I will see you guys on the next episode.